talk about something I see happening with coaches, consultants, and experts all the time. And when you make this mistake, it keeps you, struggling and frustrated, and unfortunately not seeing consistent income in your business. And I hear this, question a lot. There's a lot of debate in the online space around niching down and what does niching really look like. So I kind of wanted to share my perspective about this because I think it's something that a lot of coaches, even like after several years, still struggle with, because they want to talk to everybody, and they don't have real clarity and focus around who specifically they help and how, because they have a heart to serve, and I get it. They want to serve everyone. So today we're going to kind of break that down. I'm going to share a little bit about, just my own perspective and just what I've seen, especially in today's very noisy online space. While I am a very, uh, I would say, vocal and adamant about the importance of having, your own niche, like understanding, like being niche down and not just broadly speaking to everyone and anyone. Okay. So if you're meeting me for the first time, hello, my name is Oninya Nike. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of three, I'm a coach, strategist, YouTuber, podcaster, all the things. In simple terms, I help you to clarify and master your message so that you can attract and sign more premium clients in your business, so that you can be bringing in 3 to 4 plus premium clients consistently monthly in your business. And of course, that's a relief, right? Knowing that you have a strategy, a plan, and a message, that aligns with you and that allows you to consistently bring in leads and clients, because that is the biggest thing that a lot of coaches are struggling with. Is there is inconsistency in their business. Maybe 1 month it's really, really good, and then they go 2 3 months and it's just crickets and it's a dry spell, and it brings up that anxiety, that overwhelm, that frustration. Like, what do I need to do to bring in more clients? And then that leads to the shiny objects. Then you start trying to go find new strategies and new tactics and new things in order to be able to bring in more clients. So what I help you do, and what this whole mini training and series is about, is really giving you the tools, the strategies, the mindset to understand what you need to put in place depending on where you are at in your business in order to bring in clients consistently, because that's the biggest thing. You're good at what you do. You have client testimonials. You are not a newbie at this, but it's just the consistency, the predictability, which we all want in order to be able to say, okay, this business is going to be there for me long term, if that's your desire, right? You don't want to, again, have those spotty months. Maybe 1 month it's good, then next month everything's dried up and you're like, okay, now what? Like, I still got bills to pay. The bills don't stop just because the clients don't come. So how do we make sure that we have a very clear, concise, specific message and a strategy that we can commit to on a monthly basis to make sure that we can predictably bring in clients, leads and clients every single month? Okay. So that's a long-winded, but that's that's what I help you do. Okay. So let's talk about niching, okay? So a niche is your specialty, basically the very specific problem that you are solving for your ideal client. So, you can help people land clients. Maybe that's your thing. You help people generate leads. That's a problem you can be solving. You can help someone find their, soulmate. That's a problem that you're solving for someone. You can help someone, land a new job or get a promotion. That's a problem you're solving for someone. Help someone lose weight. Those are all problems that you are solving for someone. That is your specialty. That's the problem that you solve. But your niche is not just the very specific problem you solve. It's also to a target market, a specific group of people, type of person for whom you are solving that problem. So those are two parts to a niche. I don't think a lot of people take the time to really understand that, and they get lost in it. A niche is your specialty, meaning the problem that you're solving, plus the target market, meaning the very specific type of person you are solving that problem for. If you have one without the other, you are not niche down enough. Especially if you're trying to have consistent, 4 figure, 5 figure, 6 figure, it doesn't matter, whatever your goal is financially, if you want consistency, you need to have you have to be niche down. There's no and ifs or buts about it, especially in today's very, like I said, it's not, I don't believe it's saturated. There's always room. However, it is noisy. And that's a fact. There's a lot of coaches coming into the space. There's a lot of noise. There's everyone vying for the same types of people. So you've got to stand out. And the best way to stand out is to have a specialty and a group of people with whom you can help solve a problem. Okay. Especially if you're doing organic marketing. Okay. So what I see with a lot of people is they have this specialty. So an example would be like, I'm a speaking coach, right? That's a specialty, but they don't have a target market. So they're like, I'm a speaking coach. That's great for like everybody. Whereas if you want to make it more niche down, you could say, I'm a speaking coach for experts in the holistic wellness industry. You see how much more niche down that is? Or maybe they have a target market. I work with, tech startups, right? Like that's their thing. Like I work with people in IT, like that's my thing, or people in tech startups, but they have no specialty, meaning what exactly is the problem you're solving for these IT professionals or these tech startup, businesses. A better example would be, I'm a visual branding expert for tech startups. Now you become more niche down. You have a specialty, right? Which is your visual branding expert, right? You're solving the problem of them having a brand that's going to, stand out and get them more customers. And you have, your person, the target market, which is tech startups. So that is what you want to take some time and evaluate. So you see how that works and how much more potent and powerful that can be when it comes to your message. Because this whole week we've been talking, these past 2 weeks we've been talking about your message, and your message becomes so much more versatile, so much more potent, so much more powerful when it is niched down, when it is very specific versus very broad and general. Because no one listens to broad and general. You sound like everyone else. What makes you special and different? Nothing, because there's a million other people, not a million, but there's other people doing what you're doing. It doesn't allow you to command premium prices. It doesn't allow you to really stand out. Okay. So the more dialed in you are, the better you can stand out and create, very specific content and messaging that's going to resonate deeply, which is the most important part if you want people to invest with your ideal clients on a level that's going to help them see you as the go-to expert and really connect with you. Okay. So I'm going to give you the example of the speaking coach we talked about. So you're a speaking coach for experts in the holistic wellness industry. If you were a speaking coach for anyone and everyone, it would be a lot harder to stand out when there's a ton of speaking coaches. Again, I'm a coach, so a lot of my feed are coaches, and I see so many speaking coaches out there. What makes them different, right? If you're a speaking coach, why you over your competitors who are doing the same thing, ultimately, which is helping you be able to, get on stage, speak, get speaking gigs, the whole 9 yards. The method isn't different. Like at the end of the day, a speaking coach, they all do the same thing at the end of the day, right? There's nothing like that's like, oh my God, I do something different. They're all the same. So it's about what distinguishes you. But if you can niche down to, let's say, the wellness industry being your specific niche, that's like your thing, you become much more targeted in terms of your messaging, in terms of the content you're putting out, because you're going to focus on that specific industry's languaging. You're going to understand their jargon. You're going to understand their challenges, like their specific challenges and desires and needs and customs and things within a holistic wellness industry. So you're going to understand the challenges, the struggles, the goals, the nuances of that industry. And so you can actually help speakers, whether they're aspiring or they're experts who want to speak in that industry, to really stand out. That could be your unique value proposition. Your thing is that, like, I'm not just a speaking coach for anyone. I help you if you want to really speak. If you're an expert in the holistic wellness industry, I can help you stand out. I can just help you get into, maybe you have now connections within that industry because you're working within that industry. So you've built up a network of people that your clients can now speak at conferences and certain things that's very specific to that. You have an unfair advantage in that space because again, you're niche down. That's your focus. That's what you're helping your clients with. That's how you're getting more traction in that space. You stand out because you become the person that anyone who is a holistic wellness expert or someone who wants to speak in the holistic wellness industry, they know you're the go-to person, not just any speaking coach, you specifically, because that's what you've honed in on. That's what you've become very focused on and become a expert and a specialist in, is in that industry and helping people who want to speak, get, again, speaking gigs and all that stuff within there. So do you see how that works? Your message is going to be able to cut through the noise. You're going to be able to stand out, and you're going to be no longer just another speaking coach. Ultimately, the more you niche down, the better it is for you in your industry, the easier it becomes to create content, the easier it becomes to create messaging, the easier it becomes to create offers that are going to resonate with your people because you're not trying to do all the things and speak to all the people. You know exactly what you're going to be focused on. Okay. So this happens, this fear of doing this happens a lot, and I understand it. I did it for the longest. It's the fear of missing out, and I get it. But like I said, when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. But when you become really, really honed in and a specialist at one specific niche, it helps skyrocket and accelerate your business a whole lot faster, especially in a very noisy, very crowded online space. Okay. So that's my two piece when it comes to niching down, and why I believe it's something that, especially if you're like in the intangible field, where I believe this can really be the gateway to consistency, the gateway to clarity, and focus for you in your business. All right. So today is Friday. I didn't go live Wednesday or Thursday because a lot of you reached out in the DMs. Awesome. I see you lurkers, and and talked about catching up on these videos. So I think we're on, I believe this is day 13 of the 30 days. I will start to label them as the days so it's easier for you guys to find it, whether you're on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook. I know I'm going live in several places. I'll bookmark it so that you guys can find it too. But if you're here live with me, say hello. I will come back and chat it up with you. If you're on the replay, same thing. Drop a comment, say hello. What are your thoughts? Are you niche down? Do you believe you're niche down? Is this an area that you're still struggling with? Do you think you're niche down, but you're like, I'm not really sure? How you can tell if you're niche down enough is like when you go to create content or post or whatever it may be, do you have a clear picture in your mind of your ideal client? Not just demographics, psychographics. Do you have a really clear picture of who this person is, what's their problem, whether their needs, whether their desires, their challenges? Can you say the problem you solve and specifically for whom? If you don't have that, then you need to do some work to niche down and to figure that out. And again, that's also something I help my clients with. They're experts in their fields. They have had clients. They're good at what they do. But sometimes, they need more support in order to really hone in on who that is, and then hone in on that person on a premium level. So not just talking to anybody, but now going deeper into the psychographics. So they're speaking to people who are, action takers, who are in momentum, who are ready to actually implement and make changes towards whatever their desired goals are. Okay. So if that's something you're looking for, as always, don't hesitate. Reach out to me in Messenger. We'll have a quick conversation. You can share, where we're at, what's going on. I can take a look at your content, because looking at someone's content is a really great indicator as to where they're at, and where there could be tweaks and adjustments made for improvement. So I'll take a look at that. I'll give you some feedback. And if it makes sense, I'll share how we can work deeper and closer together to help you to up level your messaging, so that you can attract and land premium clients consistently monthly in your business. So no more feast and famine, no more trying to figure out like how am I going to get clients this month. You will have a straightforward, simple strategy in place, and of course the messaging, which is the rock to all of this, to call in your dream people on a consistent, predictable basis. All right. Until Monday, have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Those of you trying to catch up, now's the time, go catch up. And I will see you on Monday for our next mini training. Until next time, my friends, take care. Have a wonderful